When you deal with chemicals in the laboratory, there is always a possibility that spills will occur. This video will be about what to do if you spill chemicals in the laboratory in order to minimize the severity of the situation. The content will follow information provided in the EHS SOP pre-planning for responding to chemical spills. This video only covers general guidelines. For more information, please refer to EHS SOP or the directions on the acid spill kit located in room 205. It is vital that each and every lab user understands the properties and hazards of all chemicals that they work with directly, as spill response decisions will be based entirely upon the actual chemical involved. Therefore, the main component of pre-planning involves reviewing the safety data sheets for each chemical used, to become familiar with the physical hazards, the health hazards, special precautions, recommended spill equipment, and controls. Material data safety sheets can be found online or in the binders located above the desk in room 204. In addition, each user should familiarize themselves with the location of personal protective equipment, emergency communication devices, spill supplies, fire extinguishers, eye wash stations, emergency showers, and first aid kits. Gloves and eyewear can be found in room 203.
Lab coats are located in 204B.
The eye wash station, the emergency shower, and the spill kit are all located in room 205. The first aid kit is located in room 203. Emergency response phone numbers can be found on a sheet on the bulletin board in the upstairs hallway. The fire extinguisher can be found next to the bulletin board. A small spill meets the following parameters. The first is that adequate cleanup supplies and personal protective equipment are available. The second is that respiratory protection is not required to avoid overexposure during the cleanup. The third is that the spilled material is not highly toxic and does not endanger people or property except by direct contact, and has good warning properties. The fourth is that the spill is not likely to spread beyond the area immediately involved. The fifth is that the threat of secondary events is minimal. Water-reactive and air-reactive chemicals, highly flammable solvents in the presence of potential ignition sources, compressed gases, and strong oxidizing agents typically involve the increased risk for secondary events. Small spills should be cleaned up following the instructions in the material safety data sheet for the chemicals involved or the spill kit provided. A large spill involves situations that are beyond the parameters listed for a small spill. Examples include a spill that exceeds spill kit supplies. The spill involves materials or quantities that pose an inhalation hazard, which requires respiratory protection to avoid overexposure, or the chemical has poor warning properties and/or presents a risk for chronic health effects. When faced with a large spill, you should notify the laboratory manager, staff, or director as available. Leave the area and notify emergency response personnel. If the spill poses an imminent danger to health or property, pull the fire alarm to initiate building evacuation. If the spill is large but does not pose an imminent danger, notify EHS during normal business hours and the campus operator at other times. To the extent possible and safe without risking exposure, contain or control the spread of the spill. Next, render appropriate first aid. Thoroughly wash exposed areas of skin with soap and water. Then, remain at a safe location near the scene and present yourself to the emergency response personnel to provide information such as the name of the chemical released, amount, location, potential hazards of the chemical, and possible secondary hazards, potential receptors, etc. To handle injuries related to spills, please refer to our Injury Prevention and Response SOP on our website and on-the-job injury flowchart for important contact information such as the EHS and health centers.